Hi guys, Robbo46 here. Now today I'm going to be doing a comparison video between MotoGP 17 and the brand new MotoGP 18. I'm going to be looking at mainly graphics, sound and gameplay between the two because MotoGP 18 is based upon the Unreal Engine. So let us look at MotoGP 17 first. Valentino Rossi at Catalunya will swivel the bike around so that you can have a look. We'll do the same in MotoGP 18 and then I will do a side-by-side comparison so that you can have a look. So MotoGP 17, it's quite a bright looking game and that you will see a difference when we do side-by-side. Set up the line. So MotoGP 18, you can see it looks a bit darker. That's due to using Unreal Engine. They can get more realistic lighting getting on. The reflections off the bike themselves are more realistic. You haven't really got any rough edges. On Xbox One X, the game is in HDR, so it does have HDR support. And a side-by-side comparison between the two, MotoGP 17 on the left and MotoGP 18 on the right. So you can definitely see a difference between the two games. And then we'll look at sound next. So to begin with, we're going to have MotoGP 17 sound. When the MotoGP 18 logo appears on the right hand side of your screen, that is when the sound has switched over. There is a little bit of a difference. MotoGP 18, I haven't messed with the sound or anything in editing. It sounds a little bit quieter, just like as a comparison, but the sound is deeper and a bit more mechanical. It's not a huge step up like we have between 16 and 17. It's just tweaked again, just slightly. Yeah, you get a better depth of sound for the bikes. We are about to switch over to MotoGP 18 now. So yeah, like I said, not a huge difference in the level of sound, just MotoGP 18 a bit deeper. You get a few more pops and bangs as well with the noise of the engine. But yeah, just tweaked again, and it sounds a little bit better this time round. Now we're going to look at them both in the rain. So we are at Motegi, MotoGP 17 in the rain using Andrea Dovizioso. And then we'll go to MotoGP 18 on exactly the same track, exactly the same rider, in exactly the same conditions, because this is where you'll see a massive improvement in graphical performance. So here is MotoGP 18 in the wet, and you can see the graphics in the wet. Mainly the reflection of the track itself is a hell of a lot better than MotoGP 17. Also, the riders do have their waterproofs on as well. You can't really see it that much, but you can see it flapping around a little bit. Side by side, there you go. You can see a huge improvement in level of graphics on MotoGP 18. Also, MotoGP 18, the wet weather is a little bit more tricky. It's a bit more easier to crash. You can see like the floodlights and that. You can see the reflections of both rider and environment of the circuit. It is a yeah, it looks really good in the wet. MotoGP 17 in the wet, it doesn't look anywhere near as spectacular now doing a side-by-side comparison. Like I said, you didn't have any reflection of the surface of the track itself. Yeah, the more you push in the wet on MotoGP 18, yeah, the easier it is to crash now. So you do have to go careful. Also, it is worth mentioning that you now can choose your wet tyre compound. You couldn't in previous MotoGP games. We just had the choice of, well, we didn't get a choice in the wet. It was literally wet tyres and that was it. In MotoGP 18, you can choose your tyre compound, not only in the dry, but you can choose them in the wet as well. So that is a nice addition to the game, seeing as tyres are meant to play a bigger role this time round. Okay, so Moto 2 now, MotoGP 17. We're at Le Mans using Miguel Oliveira. And again, we'll be doing exactly the same in MotoGP 18. One thing that MotoGP 17 does have the upper hand over MotoGP 18 is that MotoGP 17 runs at 60 FPS on consoles, whereas MotoGP 18 runs at 30 FPS on consoles due to using the Unreal Engine. Also, MotoGP 18, it is also quicker in changing direction now, so it does mean that it's better getting through chicanes and stuff like that, so we're changing direction a little bit quicker, which is very nice. Again, just those little pops and bangs and that added more depth to the sound of the bikes. And there you see side-by-side comparison. MotoGP 18 definitely looks more realistic than MotoGP 17. Like I said, with it being an HDR as well, you get some nice clean edges and smooth textures and everything. There's also a real big bonus is that because the bikes move around a hell of a lot more on the brakes, in Moto 2 you can now back the bike into the corners, which you couldn't in previous games, or if you did, it's because you were going down the road. But yeah, you can now back the bike in more realistically into corners in Moto 2 especially, because if you watch Moto 2 races in real life, you will notice quite a few of the riders do in fact back the rear of the bike into corners. You see getting big movement on the brakes there, went in a little bit too deep, but it is a big gameplay addition, having the bikes kick out like that, and it's not the rear not having any grip or anything, because the rear feels a hell of a lot better than it did in MotoGP 17. MotoGP 17, especially at Brno, there were a few corners where the rear would just let go for no reason. I am happy to announce that at Brno as well, I've actually tested it, MotoGP 18, that no longer happens, the rear is stable. For Moto 3 now, on MotoGP 17 at Jerez using Fabio Di Giannantonio. Again, we will look at these side by side. But yeah, MotoGP 18, definitely the more realistic look in the game and the better feeling as well. So yeah, even in Moto 3 the bike moves around more on the brakes. Also in MotoGP 17, if you had traction control turned right off on MotoGP 17, in Moto 3 it didn't really make any difference. You didn't really lose much grip from the rear, and it was pretty easy just to grab a handful of that. MotoGP 18, the rear does slide a bit more under load, especially in the lower gears going around real slow corners. Traction control turned off. Yeah, you do have to be a bit more careful this time around, otherwise it will have you on the floor. But yeah, something I've just noticed as well, in the grandstands, the crowd are more densely populated this time around. They were quite sparse in MotoGP 17. They were there, but you can see that there are a hell of a lot more members of the public in the crowd. Also you've got like smoke and flares and that going off as well, just to add to the atmosphere of the races themselves. So a big thumbs up for that. It's nice to see the bigger crowd in the MotoGP 18. Yeah, MotoGP 18 definitely another step in a positive direction for Milestone. And another positive is that if you do, for whatever reason, go really wide out of a corner and put your rear on the grass, that's it. You've got no chance of saving it. It will have you off. So you definitely have to go careful. You can choose to have off-track help turned off or on, like you could in MotoGP 17, but having it off definitely enhances the experience and makes you not want to go on the grass at all, because it is more slippery and you are more likely to crash in MotoGP 18. So overall, MotoGP 18 is a nice improvement over the previous games. Using the Unreal Engine is definitely the way forward, and it has shown in previous Milestone games as well that the Unreal Engine 4 has made the game not only look better but play better as well. MotoGP 18 is no exception. It looks better, it plays better, and if you're a fan of the series, you're definitely going to want to pick this one up. If you've maybe skipped a few MotoGP games because you thought they're too similar, then this is definitely a good game to come back to. So big thumbs up for me, and I think that Milestone have done a good job this year. So that is the comparison video between MotoGP 17 and MotoGP 18, guys. That is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content. I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!